THA to cut millions in recurrent expenditure. I Love Tobago sign removed. IDA calls for education reform, and THA still awaiting oil spill insurance payout from central government. Good evening. I am Kristen Salandi. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Wednesday, 13th of November, 2024. Now to our top story. The Tobago House of Assembly, THA, plans to reduce its recurrent expenditure by $292 million and redirect these funds to developmental projects. This decision followed an Executive Council retreat in Castara, where budgetary allocations for fiscal 2025 were discussed. The central government allocated $2.599 billion to the THA, which is $1.3 billion less than the original request. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
Current THA administration states that the $2.599 billion allocation is insufficient to achieve its goals for fiscal 2025. Of this amount, only $200 million is earmarked for developmental funding, which they argue is far too low. To address this shortfall, Finance Secretary Petal Ann Roberts indicated that they will need to reduce recurrent expenditure.
In fiscal 2023, the Tobago House of Assembly spent under recurrent expenditure $2,083 million, and that is the cap upon which we're going to use for each division. Well,
the cuts would take place in various areas across all divisions,
such as minor equipment, official overseas travel, promotion of activities and or events under materials and supplies, office stationery and supplies, and we would try to ensure that our procurement arrangements redound to the benefit of us maximizing on economies of scale.
The savings from these expense reductions will be redirected to fund 44 priority developmental projects. These projects include support for a loan guarantee program aimed at small and medium-sized businesses.
We are looking at to start with about $12 million. The fund, we will fund it to about 25, but in the short term, and because we are now starting the program, we are going to look at $10 million to start and about $2 million for the administrative costs of that program.
Secretary Roberts outlined several upgrades planned for the Calypso Rose Boulevard, formerly Milford Road, Fort King George, the Strawberry Beach facility, vendors at Swallows.
Also, we want to do some works at the No Man's Land facility, installing washroom facilities and proper vending stalls for that area.
There are also plans to improve the road network near the Light and Life Pentecostal School.
Entire redevelopment from the Sanctus Hill area coming right over to Smithfield, and that will alleviate traffic, as well as it will be a safer arrangement for students attending the Pentecostal Light and Life School.
Additional plans include purchasing 8 new ambulances, providing grants for fishermen to acquire GPS devices, and refurbishing the tennis hard courts in Shore Park. These and other initiatives are expected to be detailed at the House sitting on November 28th. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The I Love Tobago sign will be relocated to a safer, more accessible location at the Milford Road Esplanade as part of the Scarborough Beautification Project, according to the Milford Esplanade Limited Administration's press release. The beautification project also includes aesthetic enhancements to the Calypso Rose Boulevard. The Esplanade administration said the move addresses safety concerns as the sign's current location poses threats due to vehicular traffic. The release noted that before the relocation, the sign will undergo essential repairs and refurbishment. Once complete, it will be placed on a secure concrete base at the Esplanade, enhancing both safety and the area's aesthetic appeal. The relocation is scheduled for completion by the end of November 2024, just in time for the peak tourist season and the Christmas holidays. At a recent press conference held by the Innovative Democratic Alliance, General Secretary of the party, Kay Trotman, criticized the current state of Trinidad and Tobago's education system, calling for a complete restructuring to better address the needs of students. Reporter Joshelle Dan explains.
General Secretary Kate Trotman addressed growing concerns about the state of education in Trinidad and Tobago. Additionally, based on data and the statistics she acquired, she claimed that our education system is failing.
The data presented is clearest example and the clearest signal that the education system is failing the majority of our children. This crisis is one that reflects the deep incompetence and I dare say the insensitivity of the central government to the needs of our children and the challenges of the modern environment.
She further explained that addressing the issue requires more than just fixing individual problems within the system, but that it requires a complete rethinking and rebuilding of the entire education framework.
The idea believes that the solution to these issues is not to fix one part or the other, but it is to completely rethink and rebuild our education system as a whole.
A key part of this proposed overhaul, according to Trotman, is a curriculum that acknowledges and provides equal value to different educational pathways. She emphasized the importance of giving great attention to technical and vocational education, acknowledging that not all children are suited to traditional academic routes.
We must redesign the curriculum to give equal values to pathways beyond the academic, focusing on technical and vocational areas, since all our children are not wired to pursue the same interests, and every child, as again, deserves a path to success.
Trotman also pointed to the potential benefits of fostering international partnerships in education, suggesting that collaborations with other nations could help introduce successful models that could enhance local practices.
If we foster relevant partnerships with international partners and collaborate with educational bodies in other nations, we can use successful models that enhance our education system.
Trotman stressed that the future success of the country depends on an education system that empowers all students and prepares them for real-world challenges, not just academic achievements.
Our success does not lie in isolated achievements, but in a system that empowers and uplifts every student, prepares them for meaningful work and real-world challenges, and instills in them the values necessary to be productive citizens, fueling our nation's growth.
Joshelle Dan, Tobago Updates Television News.
We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Tobago, your voice matters. The Police Complaints Authority invites the public to its community outreach session. We would love to hear from you. Feel free to attend and give us feedback. Join us Thursday, 14th November at the Canaan Bonaccord Multipurpose Facility from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come share your thoughts, raise your concerns, and learn about how the PCA serves to ensure accountability within our police service. Your input makes a difference. Let's work together for a safer, stronger community. The Police Complaints Authority. Independence, integrity, and transparency in action.
Black Friday starts now at Courts. Get new and amazing deals every week with the lowest prices on the hottest electronics, top-of-the-line appliances, and stylish furniture. No need to waste your time shopping around. Plus, you can shop now and pay us in February 2025. Black Friday starts now. Don't miss out. Courts, bringing value home.
Artlist.io.
Thanks for staying with us. The THA is still awaiting insurance payouts to address outstanding bills from the Gulf Stream oil spill and Hurricane Beryl. Although these payouts were issued to the central government, they have yet to be disbursed to the THA. Finance Secretary Petal Ann Roberts raised these concerns in September, bringing them to the attention of Finance Minister Com Imbert, but has received no response. Roberts stated that these two emergencies have already depleted the THA's contingency funds, along with the $50 million supplemental allocation from the central government meant to cover oil spill expenses. America and CAF donated $250,000 to Trinidad and Tobago to assist with the aftermath of an oil spill on February 7th. Meanwhile, Tobago was one of the islands affected by Hurricane Beryl on July 1st, qualifying for a payout of $372,000 from the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, CRIF. Both payouts were directed to the central government.
Right now, our contingency fund has less than $1 million. And God forbid if something happens to us in Tobago and Trinidad has refused to provide any kind of response as done. That's the kind of posture we had for the oil spill at short notice and in cases of emergency. As Secretary of Finance, I really don't know what we will do. I will be pursuing the Minister of Finance again. I did right. I sent, attached to the letter, I sent the request from the THA in terms of our damages, and I also sent the report from CRIF indicating that Tobago was entitled to a payout of $372,000.
Central government is also pursuing additional compensation for the oil spill. However, these payouts were not addressed in the recent national budget presentation for fiscal 2025. Additionally, Chief Secretary Polly Augustine expressed frustration that the THA is not involved in these discussions about payouts or compensation. CARICOM heads of government are pushing firmly at COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, urging world leaders to deliver on climate financing commitments. At the CARICOM heads of government meeting in July, leaders agreed to send a clear message on the urgent need for action, particularly after Hurricane Beryl's impact on several Caribbean nations. Despite the absence of some key world leaders at COP29, CARICOM representatives remain undeterred in their advocacy. Reporter Candice Jackson has the details.
Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell offered a stark depiction of the climate crisis facing his small Caribbean island nation. 6 months of drought, followed by a devastating and unprecedented Category 5 hurricane in July.
And at this very moment, as I stand here, yet again,
My island is being devastated by flash flooding, landslides, and deluge of excessive rainfall, all in the space of a matter of a couple hours.
Mitchell said that while this reality might seem distant to leaders of the developed nations, the climate crisis will soon reach their doorsteps. He called for partnership in financing to support mitigation efforts.
Because the lessons we learn in small island developing states of resilience, of adaptability, of sustainability is a lesson that we can share with the world. And that's all we're asking for, partnership.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, warned that the time for increased climate ambition is now. He stated that if promises of support remain unfulfilled, justice must demand that those promises be enforced.
We're calling not for loans that deepen our debt burden, but for direct investments in the form of compensatory grants to build back more resilient infrastructure that were damaged repeatedly by catastrophic climate events.
Also addressing COP29, the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, criticized world leaders for failing to follow through on their commitments to the Loss and Damage Fund.
The reality is that the Loss and Damage Fund has only attracted $700 million, and this is despite the numerous crises besetting small island developing states, and indeed in our own region, Hurricane Beryl, which has caused serious damage to countries from housing to public infrastructure.
While world leaders discuss new ways to uphold the Paris Agreement, Motley suggested implementing tariffs on oil-producing nations to help build the Loss and Damage Fund.
If we put a $5 per ton on CO2 for fossil fuel extraction, we can raise $210 billion a year. If we put $100 per ton on CO2 for shipping, we can raise in excess of $80 billion a year.
COP29 continues until November 22nd. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Trinidad and Tobago has signed the Multilateral Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Matters, joining 148 other jurisdictions in a global tax cooperation treaty. According to a press release, Finance Minister Colm Imbert signed the agreement at the OECD headquarters in Paris on November 7, 2024. This move is supposed to strengthen the country's commitment to global tax transparency and cooperation, enabling information exchange with major financial centers worldwide. The convention allows for various forms of tax assistance, including the exchange of financial account information, and aims to combat illicit financial flows. Trinidad and Tobago also signed agreements for automatic information exchange under the Common Reporting Standards (CRS) and the country-by-country CBC reporting framework. These agreements align with global efforts to uphold tax standards and prevent tax evasion. The press release stated that the signing positions Trinidad and Tobago as a leader in the Caribbean on tax matters, strengthening international partnerships and supporting economic growth. Minister Imbert also met with the EU to discuss the country's removal from the EU's non-cooperative tax list. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates.
Standards Black Friday deal starts now with 35% off select television, 30% off select appliances, 25% off Christmas decor, 15% off select divans, 20% off select furniture, and you can shop in store and online. Standards Black Friday deal. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Get ready for Tobago Stockwest Next Level 2024. Join us for an unforgettable night of talent and excitement as Tobago Stockwest, in collaboration with Tobago Updates, presents the first semi-final on Thursday, November 14th, 2024, and the second semi-final on November 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex. Celebrate the incredible talent from across Tobago's communities and witness a showcase like no other. Admission is just $50. Don't miss your chance to support the stars of tomorrow. See you there.
Are you thinking about spending Christmas in Tobago? Well, call us at Thorns Place. We are located at the hills of Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port, with rooms starting at 200 TT. Call us now at 745-7306 or 682-8676. Follow us on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Message us on WhatsApp at Thorns Place. Your Christmas in Tobago will be even more special.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Welcome back. Watson Duke, political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, has emphasized that autonomy bills currently before Parliament must accurately reflect the wishes of the Tobago people. Speaking on the distinction between self-determination and autonomy, Duke stressed that the bills should represent what Tobagonians want, ensuring their voices are heard in decisions about their future. Reporter Joshelle Dan has the details.
Watson Duke sought to explain the difference between autonomy and self-determination.
Self-determination is a broad form of island becoming independent insofar as they're taught. They will now think about what are their options and what options they want to make proper use of based on the merits and demerits.
Duke also stated the concept of autonomy, explaining that while it is a critical element of self-determination, it is not the same as self-determination itself. He emphasized the importance of understanding the distinction between the two terms.
Autonomy, on the other hand, is a part of self-determination. It is not self-determination. Self-determination is a big circle, and autonomy is a part of self-determination. But when you bring the two together, you are giving the public that autonomy is self-determination. It's not that.
Moreover, Duke stressed the importance of participatory democracy, urging the current administration to consider the desires of Tobagonians fully. He emphasized that any proposed bills cannot move forward unless they align with the needs and wishes of the people of Tobago.
The Constitution doesn't add or take away from Tobago. The Constitution does not belittle the status of Tobago. Our problem arises with these colonial bills called the Trinidad and Tobago Act of 1887 and its amendment in 1898 that made Tobago a ward.
Duke argued that a special form of governance must be implemented for Tobago to move forward and address its challenges effectively. He called for the repeal of outdated colonial legislation, stressing the need for a modern progressive framework to address the island's issues.
If we have to solve our problem with the sea and everything out there, we must go back to the Trinidad and Tobago Act, and we must repeal that act and replace it with a more modern, contemporary, and progressive act. That act can solve all our problems.
Joshel Dan, Tobago Update Television News.
The weather report is up next.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Black Friday starts now at Courts. Get new and amazing deals every week with the lowest prices on the hottest electronics, top-of-the-line appliances, and stylish furniture. No need to waste your time shopping around. Plus, you can shop now and pay us in February 2025. Black Friday starts now. Don't miss out. Courts, bringing value home.
Artlist.io.
Tobago, your voice matters. The Police Complaints Authority invites the public to its community outreach session. We would love to hear from you. Feel free to attend and give us feedback. Join us Thursday, 14th November at the Canaan Bonaccord Multipurpose Facility from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come share your thoughts, raise your concerns, and learn about how the PCA serves to ensure accountability within our police service. Your input makes a difference. Let's work together for a safer, stronger community. The Police Complaints Authority. Independence, integrity, and transparency in action.
Now for the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight will be generally fair and slightly hazy, despite the low chance of a few isolated showers. Temperatures will drop to a cool 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow mainly hot, sunny and slightly hazy, despite the chance of a few light passing showers. Generally fair night. Daytime temperatures will reach a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius, with a heat index of 36 degrees. Sea conditions will be moderate, with waves 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and 1 meter occasionally choppy in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:58 and sunset is at 5:35. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines before we go. THA to cut millions in recurrent expenditure. I Love Tobago sign removed. IDA calls for education reform, and THA still awaiting oil spill insurance payout from central government. I am Kristen Salandi. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great night.